A young woman who said she fled her home in Saudi Arabia after renouncing Islam has arrived in Canada, where she's been granted asylum. Rahaf Mohammed al-Qunun arrived at Toronto Airport. Canadian Foreign Minister Chrystia Freeland was there to greet her. Al-Qunun said she feared her family would kill her if she returned home. She first fled to Thailand, where she escaped deportation after drawing attention to her plight using social media. DW's Max Zander has been following this story for us. He joins me now with more. All right, Max, so walk us through this. I mean, this was a long odyssey that ended up with her in Toronto.
Exactly. So until yesterday, it wasn't certain that Rahaf al-Qunun's attempt to flee from her home in Saudi Arabia would end well for her. She spent the last couple of days in an airport hotel room in Bangkok, where she avoided being deported by Thai authorities and also the attempts of her family members to try to get her back home. Now, her plan was originally to go to Australia and claim asylum there. It failed after she was stopped at the airport and her passport was seized. But she managed to keep her phone, which is essential, and she took to Twitter to raise awareness for her case, which in the end caused the United Nations to step in.
Why her case? I mean, why her case in particular? Why did it gain so much attention so quickly?
Well, there are many cases like this where women try to escape abuse in their families, and most of these cases go unreported. But Ms. al-Qunun used Twitter from the beginning of her journey to draw attention, and she took to Twitter. She tweeted messages, including pictures and selfie videos from the airport with the help of friends online, and her appeals quickly turned into a large social media campaign for asylum and women's rights in Saudi Arabia. And after just a few days, her account had close to 150,000 followers, wow, including diplomats, politicians, and human rights activists who would all join in spreading the word.
Now, when she left home, her plan was to go to Australia, seek asylum there. How exactly did she end up in Canada?
So her life was at risk in Thailand. She received death threats and she was at risk of deportation. And the United Nations processed her claim very quickly, and they made a point because they wanted to get her out there as quickly as possible. Australia, where she wanted to go in the first place, took too long to assess her situation, and then Canada stepped in. And this is what Prime Minister Trudeau said last night.
The UNHCR has made a request of Canada that we accept Ms. al-Qunun as a refugee, and we have accepted the UN's request that we grant her asylum.
So, end of story. The promise has been kept.
All right. DW's Max Zander, thank you very much.